Good morning, dear members of Christ Faithful of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. My name is Father Emeka Ngwoke, and I address you on behalf of the Political Enlightenment Department of the Justice, Development and Peace Commission of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. The Second Vatican Council, in its important social document titled The Church in the Modern World, or Gaudium et Spes, opens with these lapidary words: the joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the men and women of this age, and especially of those who are poor or afflicted. These too are the joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the followers of Christ. Indeed, nothing that is genuinely human fails to find an echo in their hearts. End of quote. That is from Gaudium et Spes number 1. By these words, the Council Fathers wanted to underline the nexus between the Christian faithful and the society in which they live. The Church, as a community of faith, is not a parallel society to the political state. Rather, the Church exists within the geopolitical space defined by sovereignty called a nation. And for this very reason, the fate of political society affects the fate and determines the fate of Christian people. For this reason, Christian people have it as a moral, religious, and civic duty to play their part, to contribute to the well-being and health of political society. One of the most important ways by which they are able to fulfill this obligation, an obligation of faith, an obligation arising from their membership and participation in civic society, an obligation that defines their being truly human, is participation in politics, playing the duty of citizens. The Political Enlightenment Commission, alongside other departments of the Justice, Development and Peace Commission of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, after long deliberations, have decided to issue a program for the political enlightenment of the people moving toward the 2023 elections. As you know, the elections are just barely 3 months away. And today, Nigeria is in dire straits. The economy is weak. The national currency has been in a state of free fall. Wages are not only stagnating but actually depreciating through the easy devaluation of the national currency. More importantly, our country is challenged by insecurity of lives and property, by terrorism, and by the activities of lawless fellows who take advantage of ungoverned or poorly governed spaces to unleash violence on innocent citizens. The pressure is felt in every state of this federation. In our own diocese, in the past 1 month, there have been series of kidnaps for ransom of all manner of citizens, priests, school children, students returning to the university, and even a former high-rank officer of the state government. The upshot of this is that no one is safe. We are all challenged, and except something decisive and effective is done, life among our people degenerates into what the English political philosopher Thomas Hobbes called short, brutish. Life becomes cheap, and easily dispensable. In the light of this, the upcoming election seems to be the most important in our lifetime. We have an opportunity to turn the curve, to change the narrative, to begin anew, to recover, to stop the decay and the slide into chaos and anarchy in our country, to secure our present comforts and a future worthy of our children. As is said in America, all politics are local. Our participation in the national election will take place in our respective wards. And it is by the people we get to elect at these levels that will determine what happens ultimately at the national level. This commission has decided to give our people the opportunity of knowing the options they have, getting to meet the candidates at close range, hearing from the candidates, and then asking them questions regarding what they are bringing to the table as people who aspire to represent others. The following is the program for town hall meetings with candidates seeking elections in the 2023 national elections. For those aspiring to membership of the House of Assembly and the House of Representatives, on Saturday, Eke, 3rd of December, 2022, aspirants from Udenu local government will meet with the people at St. Jacob's Parish, Oba. On Thursday, Eke, 15th December, candidates aspiring to the House of Assembly and the House of Representatives from Igboeze South local government will meet at St. Mary's Parish, Ibagwaka. On Thursday, Eke, 12th January 2023, candidates for the House of Assembly and House of Representatives from issues of local government area will meet at St. Teresa's Parish, Ikem. On Saturday, 14th January 2023, House of Assembly and House of Representatives candidates from Igboeze North local government will meet at St. Mary's Parish, Ogrute. At St. Mary's Parish, Enugu-Ezike, beg your pardon. On Thursday, 19th January, House of Assembly and House of Representatives candidates from Nsukka local government will meet at St. Teresa's Cathedral, Nsukka. On Saturday, Oria, 21st January 2023, House of Assembly and House of Representatives candidates from Igboeze local government will meet at St. Gregory's Catholic Church, Akko. On Saturday, Eke, 28th January 2023, House of Assembly and House of Representatives candidates from Ozowan local government will meet at Sacred Heart Parish, Mpologu. The grand finale for these town hall meetings will be held on Saturday, 4th of February 2023, for candidates aspiring to the Senate and to governorship. And this will take place at St. Teresa's Cathedral, Nsukka. As we are inviting all candidates in our senatorial district, in our diocese, to these encounters, we also invite all our people, men, women, young men, young women, old and young alike, to these town hall meetings. Let's get to meet our candidates. Let's know those who are aspiring to those offices whereby they will be running our affairs. Let's enter a covenant with them. Let us enter a contract with them. Let's hear from them. And they also have the opportunity of hearing from us. When this kind of conversation becomes a regular thing in our lives, our politics will begin to be healthy. Our politics will become life-enhancing. Our plea is very simple. For too long, many of us have prided themselves in their political apathy, easily lamenting the deplorable state of our country, giving a litany of the woes of our society, yet not lifting a finger to help alleviate the problems. Today, such lamentations and needless jeremiads are no longer necessary. We have the opportunity to make a difference. We have the opportunity to help elect people of character and of conscience, people with a commitment to the public good, to help steer the course of the state. For too long, many of us had stood by the sidelines, even refusing to get their PVC or take part in any shape or form in the electoral process. This is not correct. Our obligation as people, the correct attitude is involvement. Involvement so we can bring the light of the gospel to the political process. Involvement so we can bring the needed change to the political process. Involvement so we can create a new breed of politicians who will be truly accountable to the people because they know the people will hold them accountable. Accountability begins with political participation. A people that is active politically, a people that is engaged politically, cannot possibly be ignored by any government, insofar as that government lays claims to being democratic. The ballot, the vote you have, that is your power to make a difference. The ballot, the vote, your vote is a powerful weapon. Politicians fear that weapon. Politicians will do anything to get that ballot, to get that vote from you. Because it is only that vote that can catapult them into office. That vote, too, can remove them from office. That vote is the hope of the common man, of those who have no name, of those who have no social status. Because the wealthiest among us, the wisest among us, the most educated among us has just one vote, as much as the poorest among us. Now, this democratic equality has a meaning. The meaning is the equality of interest, not equality of resources or equality of age or equality of education, but equality of interest. Everyone has an interest. When you participate in the electoral process, you are making a stake that your interest should count. When you exclude yourself from the electoral process, or when you decide to sell your vote or abstain from voting, well, what you're saying is that your interest can be ignored. And I bet you it will be ignored. When you take the electoral process seriously and do indeed vote, and vote your conscience, you will help reshape the behavior of our political leaders. They will become indeed servants rather than masters who only come around when they are seeking votes. Let me end with this. Looking at our country, there's very little reason for hope. But there is also a sliver of hope at the end of the horizon. A lot has happened since the conclusion of the primaries of the political parties, and a lot has been happening in the campaign trail. Most importantly, many Nigerians are getting energized. Many young people are getting interested. So for the first time, perhaps, in our national life, people now know that politics matters. People now know that political participation is important. And this can be a game changer. During the years of apartheid in South Africa, it was difficult to see how possibly the apartheid regime, with its massive military hardware, could be shaken or overthrown by black people. Yet, Senator Robert Kennedy, addressing black South Africans in 1966 during a visit, told them that it is from 1 million diverse sources of energy and daring that human history is made. That each time a man stands up against an injustice, each time a man works to right a wrong, he sends a tiny ripple of hope, which, meeting 1 million diverse orders from various sources of energy, will build into a mighty current which will bring down the strongest walls of resistance. Make no mistake about it. To bring about change in Nigeria will not be easy. Corruption will fight back. Those who benefit from the mess in which this country is mired will fight back. But a determined and united people cannot be stopped. History is on our side. God is on our side. It is for us to find the resources within us, to have the courage, to seize the moment, to become part of the conversation, to become part of the solution to the huge problems afflicting our country. And again, as Robert Kennedy said, the future does not belong to those who are content with today, timid and fearful of new ideas and bold projects. Rather, it will belong to those who can combine passion and energy and daring in a personal commitment to the great ideals of society. You can be that person. Let us be part of this commitment to a better Nigeria. Thank you.